Hey guys, it's me, Little Sunshine, not coming to you with another month of tarot readings. This month, I will put them in the description below because I do still write them out as a magazine. Um, but instead, I thought I would come to you guys with just a general overview kind of a message too, because they really all had a theme going on, which again, I will post them just the written out version in the description below so you can get your individual tarot reading for your month ahead. But you know, there's a lot of kings and queens throughout the month, a lot of king cards, queen cards, kind of just like more ownership cards. So what can you own in your life? So what that's looking like is, I really feel like January is always that month of you're still letting things die from the last year. So what's dying in your month, and will you allow it, will kind of be your question, I think, right now for you. And this is, again, just in general, after getting everybody's reading. So what are we going to let die for real this month? January is that month, and then I feel like February, you kind of get your meditation process in line where you really are setting things up for being your authentic self. And you know, March again it's always, I love the spring renewal. So I'll do a video next month for individual signs again. But this month I really just felt like it was this grabbing your own empowerment kind of month, and again letting go of what no longer serves you. And I'm guessing, if you're anything like me, that this is going to present itself in the universe is like really giving you those wake up signs of like, no, really, like, let this go, like you don't need it in your life anymore. So for example, myself, you know, I love doing these for you guys, and I write for a magazine, and I do Reiki and Access Bars Consciousness out of my house, and you know, still just to kind of like, I still needed that secure job too. So I've worked for like my dad's business doing like flooring remodels and carpet installation and linoleum and tile and all that fun stuff. And just yesterday, actually, I got, I'm not flipping you guys off. I actually was joking that I can do that now because I get to show people my battle wounds. But no, I got 3 stitches in my finger just because I cut the crap out of my finger just trying to get glue off of a trawl. And it was literally like, as this blood is pouring out of me, like, this is not who I am. I'm not meant to be doing like this manual labor. And if that is your calling, you know, there are people that love to do that. But when I moved to Michigan, I always thought like, ooh, that sounds like such a great idea to just jump into my dad's business, and I can hang out with dad and and learn kind of a new trade, which it's been fun. I've learned a lot to, you know, do on my own. But if you're not living in your authentic self, again, this is not just, I was just sharing my story, but to apply that to your own life, if you're having like an accident and you're showing up late for important meetings that you've like planned on, which has been even in my past, you know, when you know you're ready to leave, like your mentality is there, but you're just not following like your soul purpose, like the universe is going to help you out. And like, even one of my goals this year was to be on my phone less. So the universe threw it on the ground, and it just happened to not be in its case that day, and cracked the screen, and it had all those like weird lines that just slowly, progressively got worse. And I've been wanting to upgrade it anyway, but it's been like a nice, it'll be almost like a week and a half now that I haven't had like that phone addiction, you know. And I'm grateful for it. When at first, you know, I'm so mad and so sad that I don't have the phone, but like literally I've wanted to just like get off of Facebook and get off of like constantly having to be texting with people. Not that like I'm too addicted to it, but you can definitely see it when it does take you out of your moment a lot of times. So maybe that's something for you too, that just, you know, you don't have to go to the extreme of cracking your phone, but really just you know, making that observation that you do want to do less technology in your life, or less of this or less of that. You know, don't let it get to that point where, you know, I remember like I wanted to stop drinking for a while, and I wanted to cut it back and cut it back and cut it back, and then I would still find, and I'd go like a month, weeks, whatever without drinking, but when I did, I would still kind of be like a binge drinker, and sure enough, I got a DUI. So that was like one of those, I'll take your money now. I had to go to these meetings. I had to, you know, do all this extra stuff, which were really all these blessings in disguise, where you look back at it and you're just like, yes, it's that misery in form, or like suffering in form of a blessing, where like, it's not just being like a hokey dokey, like let me turn this into a positive, but it really is like, listen to those signs, because this is the month of listening. I feel that we're coming into. I'm making up all tons of words for you guys. But February, I really feel, is going to be that more of just, so January, like really let it die. We're here at the end and we're letting it die. And if you're into February already and you're like, oh, he's right, I really did need to let that die, you know, jump on it now. Really just make that commitment to yourself that you're not gonna, you know, live that authentic you anymore. Like, you have to let parts of you die so more exciting things can come in. And I mean, as soon as I, you know, did decide, like, this isn't for me, it's like all of a sudden I turn on Gaia TV last night, and it's, if you guys have ever watched it, the show Open Minds, with Regina Meredith, and she's just an awesome, just spark of inspiration alone. But she had a guest on there whose name escapes me from right now, but like, he lived in Upper Michigan, which Michigan is where I'm at right now, and he just had this great inspirational story and of how he wasn't living his authentic self, and all these signs that kept trying to point it out to him. So guys, it was more than enough even just hearing that video, getting these different signs, which, I mean, this wasn't even the first one. But yeah, overall, let your old selves die. If it's relationships, you know, those are always a struggle to really let go of when we've been in them for a while. But if you've noticed like toxicity in your relationships, anything like that, it's really time, you know, to let it go and be that healthier you, and, you know, not let others bring you down or bring you to a place that you don't like seeing yourself. So as much as I'm always a big promoter of like staying happy, even though, like, you know, staying in your positive energy even when you're in kind of this turmoil of circumstances, or there's people, negative people that like just, you know who I'm talking about, that yank all that yummy energy out of the air, that they're just got a dark cloud around them. Like, I always try to make this commitment to myself to just like, nope, I'm not gonna let other people's moods affect me. And then somehow that empathetic energy somehow just absorbs into me, and then like I have that dark cloud too. So really, if you're like that too, if you're an over empathetically absorbent person, it's about, you know, also making the right decisions for you and not letting yourself be surrounded by those types of people that do bring you down. So I'll leave you with that, guys, and I'll come with you next month for your own individual readings. But yeah, I wish you all the best, and I'll see you again next month. Much love.